And good morning to everyone. We are kicking off Friday here on Radio Row for Claibs Online Super Bowl week, final day here on Radio Row. As you can see in the background, I haven't made it to Radio Row just yet. 7:15 here on the West Coast. But kicking things off with WWE superstar Drew McIntyre and Daniel Fundora of the Special Olympics. Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Drew, I think you could probably appreciate the fact that I'm not at radio. They set up in front of Pat McAfee's huge stage, and he's pretty loud. That guy.
Oh, he is awesome. But yes, he is very, very loud. I would not like to be competing to be who's the loudest with Pat because he wins every time.
Can you hear him when you're in the ring and if you're wrestling on SmackDown?
You absolutely can. It's awesome. I really like Michael Cole. You know, he's got pretty good voice as well. He really projects, so you can kind of hear him, and you can kind of hear the commentary as you're going throughout a match. You can absolutely hear Pat when he gets excited, and sometimes in the corner of your eye, you might see him up on the table. And one time, he had my Claymore sword in his hand. He was protecting it, so he was just standing there waving my sword around, which was pretty funny.
And Daniel Fundora, health messenger with the Special Olympics. Did I read 65 pounds that you've lost?
Yes, sir, I did. It all started like years before the pandemic, and I want to tell you something. I mean, it all started when the reason why I took some actions is because, there are a lot of factors. Ever since Special Olympics changed my life, right? There's so many areas identified what needs to happen in order to make it inspiration and everything for me to be the best at Special Olympics. You see, nothing is given to me. I have to earn it when I got there. I had to earn it when I get there. And this is one of those things comes to the point where to continue me to survive in Special Olympics, I had to be in shape, not just going to sports practices or competition, but also doing like a fitness. Because of fitness, fitness saves my life. Fitness changed my life, and health has taken my life, and health is really does making a difference. And ever since the health messenger training, when I look about gyms or when I'm looking at nutrition and what athletes are dedicated, the way I see it, I feel so motivated because I've never been so motivated to do things when it comes to training, when it comes to fitness, and it really helps them, to stay in shape when it comes to play sports, to continue playing sports, and most importantly about fitness, it really does help me make the difference today. And nowadays, I'm a fitness coach where I want to help people with disabilities with healthy lifestyle, and especially in sports too. So I'm very grateful for that.
I've noticed this year the a theme, and maybe I just missed out on it the last few years because working with WWE and Special Olympics here on Radio Row the past few years, and talking to all athletes. It feels like this year I'm hearing more and more talk of nutrition and a focus on that when it comes to getting all of you guys ready for the games.
Yes, yes, it is. It's very important.
And I mean, Drew, you can. I was gonna say, Drew, you could speak to that, knowing how you guys train each and every week for to compete in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, working out, just staying healthy in general, just being active is so incredibly important. But diet, as I was always told my entire life by all my trainers, it's 70% diet, 30% training. I always said, nonsense, nonsense. And when I got to about, my goodness, 28, 29 years old, I finally decided I'm going to try this diet thing. I've always worked out pretty hard. And sure enough, I'd actually broke my neck at the time. I had a real hard look at myself. And said, what can I do to improve myself? What areas do I need improving? Okay, physique wise, let's try that diet thing. Within 2 months, the difference was astronomical. How I felt was incredible, and diet is absolute key. And that's me as an athlete, just people in general. Just changing your diet slightly can make such a difference to your life and your health. And with Special Olympics, we really do push, how much important your diet is, because it really can make the difference of, feeling good and feeling bad. Diet affects you that much.
And Daniel, I noticed I saw the quote that you had. It includes getting the sleep too. And I along with nutrition. Drew, you say 70. It's sometimes it feels like 90% of it is is nutrition when you kind of look at how much it affects you.
Like makes such a difference. If your diet's terrible, you will genuinely feel bad all the time, and you start changing up that diet, you really notice the difference. You start drinking water. Hydration is key, and getting that sleep we're about to talk about, like what a difference it makes to you.
And Daniel, I was going to say that I'm glad that you mentioned the sleep too, because that trying to get 8-9 hours, whatever you can squeeze in there, you really do. You see the difference. You really can tell the difference, and it's a huge focus point.
Yes. Sleep is very important when it comes to health. Diet is important too, but it's also with training, and it's also about your healthy habits. Sleep is part of your healthy habits, because the last thing you want to do is sleep like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It's not going to get enough sleep, and you're not going to be able to enjoy a good night's sleep. To make a great sleep is usually like about 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and mostly the advantage of sleep is 8 hours, because you want to make sure you have to understand about your human body and understand about, when you feel tired, right? You just have to to go to sleep and let it feel rest to your body to the next day, because it also helps with your brain too, because without getting enough sleep, it's just gonna make it it's just not gonna make it good for your health. It's just gonna be, your days, because everyone's gonna go through with good days and bad days of sleep. Like, it's normal, but the best way to sleep is usually about 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep. That is like the best way to sleep as much as you can, because that's very, very important to your health, especially the day or the next day for competition. Sleep, it has to be very important.
Daniel, you do flag football, you do basketball, softball, golf, karate, soccer, bowling, and I also see here stand-up paddleboarding, which I have never tried, and I don't think that would go well if I gave it a shot.
For
Drew,
those people never done, for those of you never done stand-up paddle, all you gotta say is give it a try to see if you like it. If you like it, that's a very good thing. If you don't like it, like if it's not good, simple. It means never do it again. It's like you're trying like a new food recipe that just came out, and you never know it's good, you never know it's bad. But either way, stand-up paddle is a very rewarding experience, and I have a really good sport reputation for it. And I'm really excited to compete in the next stand-up paddle. It will be in USA Games, which is June 5th through the 12th of 2022 in Orlando, and I am gonna be participating in the stand-up paddle. So I'm very, very excited for this opportunity.
Drew, can you stand up paddleboard?
Absolutely not. I'm very excited to go to the USA Games, though, be there in person and watch Daniel compete. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, people that watch me wrestle, say like, "Wow, Drew, you're an incredible athlete." I have no athletic ability unless I'm literally inside a wrestling ring. It's incredible. Like, my wife is constantly saying, like, "You're a professional athlete, Drew. Can you not do this?" It's like, give me a wrestling ring, I'll do it. But no, I'm blown away. Like, seeing like some of the incredible things the athletes are able to do. And just, I mean, for me, it's incredible just being able to stand up on one of those boards. I've tried to stand up on a paddle board when I've been to like a little, what they're called, the little creeks in Florida when I used to live in Florida. And my wife and I would go there and we do the kind of lazy river deal. But we got the board a couple of times. I tried to stand up. I fell in the water. I almost took out a manatee one time, so I never tried again. Maybe you can teach me, Daniel. That's like, at the games, you'll teach me. We're going to get this right. We're going to get it on video. We're going to put it on the internet. Drew McIntyre is going to paddleboard.
That would be the best. That would be.
Guys, thank you so much for your time this morning. I know you have a busy schedule ahead. Special Olympics, or you can go for all of the information, A games. And then Drew, you got a decent sized event coming up in April down in Dallas, April 2nd and April 3rd. It's WrestleMania from AT&T Stadium. So lots of training ahead of your schedules.
Oh yeah, lots of training for both of us. So make sure, check out the Super Bowl when the Rams win. Check out WrestleMania, AT&T Stadium, get your tickets at SeatGeek, and then get yourself to the USA Games. That's going to be awesome.
That's Drew McIntyre and Daniel Fundora joining us here to kick off this morning.
At Western Illinois University, limits are meant to be pushed. Because the best change happens when people think in new and unexpected ways. At WIU, you'll experience a world where your presence matters, where your ideas take flight, and your determination opens the door to possibility. At WIU, we create a world that's brand new.